Hi everyone, Rene Bastarache here with the American School of Hypnosis, and in today's video, I want to speak to you about 5 ways to become an authority in your business or in any kind of holistic hypnosis. So basically anything that you do that is like us, where you're dealing with customers, where you're offering a service. It's great to be at the top of your field, especially if you're in a small area that has 10 or 15 others doing the same thing. How do you rise to the top? And that's what I'm going to speak to you about. I'm going to give you some great ideas, and I'm going to show you where you can get other great ideas afterwards. So, number one, you've heard me say this probably about 1,000,000 times before: to be above the group, above the herd, to be the number one in your field, be an author. Okay, authors are always looked upon as the top 10% in society. Why? Because if you've written a book, you know what you're talking about. Now, it doesn't have to be a big book. You can write a small book. Actually, I've written a book several times in a day. So a small book in a weekend, it could be a 30-page, what they call a pocketbook, one of the little ones. They call it a pocketbook because it actually fits there. But just information on what you specialize in. So if you specialize in smoking cessation, make a small book on smoking cessation. Right now, one of the greatest opportunities, I mean, not for customers, but for you, is vaping. So many people are vaping. And I don't know if you've done it, but I've done research online for scripts and for other things on vaping, and there's really no books. No one is an authority on it. Take advantage of that so you can be the number one hypnosis specializing in vaping in your area. So there's so many things, whether it's, like I said, smoking, stress, confidence, public speaking, phobias. Write a small book on it, or even a leaflet or something like that. You can sell it, or even better yet, you can give it away free on your website. So people download it, they see what you do, and they go, ooh, we want to go see this guy. Because if you had a problem, who would you rather see to take care of it? Someone who's done a few things, here and there, or someone who's written the book on it? Pretty big no-brainer right there. Okay, number 2, if you want to rise above, if you want to be the authority in your area, show people you're the authority by having YouTube videos. Create a YouTube channel. If you don't have one, it's simple to do. It's free. You can be up and running today, okay? And get on and do videos just like this one. Let people know that you know what you're talking about. Raluca and I started making YouTube videos actually when YouTube first began. I can't remember. You can look at the date on my videos back 12, 13, 14 years ago. But we started back then. And at that time, there was also Google videos. There was Yahoo videos. There was probably about 7 different ones. But now they pretty much all boil down to this as the major platform. But we used to put videos, create a video, and put it on every single platform. And in a very short time, we became the authority. You saw our videos everywhere. In fact, I think about half a year ago, I went through my videos and checking them all out. And I think at that time we had about 1,500 videos. So that's a lot. Whenever somebody punches in hypnosis, my videos come up. Certification, my videos come up. Anything, quit smoking, stress, whatever it is, they come up. So that's one of the best advertising, especially because it's free advertising. And number 2, it makes you the authority, because YouTube is one of the biggest search engines out there today. People aren't just Googling things, they're looking on YouTube. And when you Google something, guess what? YouTube videos also come up. So if somebody wants to go on a flight, but they're scared and they want to get hypnotized for flight anxiety, and they punch in flight anxiety, and your video comes up. Oh, they watch your video, they get to know who you are, they get comfortable with you, they like what you have to say, and they contact you. Now, one thing in all these things you do, whether you write a book, whether you make a video, whatever kind of advertising you do, make sure people know how to get a hold of you. Okay, it needs to be easy for them to get in touch with you if you want them to contact you. So write a book, create videos and get those subscribers. All right. You're giving them free content. You ask them to subscribe. It's only, don't feel uncomfortable. Oh, I don't want to ask them to subscribe. You're giving them content that can help them. Just like this content right here. It's showing you how to be the best. So you just tell them, like I'm going to say right now, click on that button below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This way you can get other videos like this, and I can help you even more in all areas of business. That's what we do. We help people to make a great income as hypnotherapists, and even people who aren't in hypnotherapy. We show them how to grow their business and how to expand it. In fact, if you want to know a lot more ideas on how to grow and expand your business, I'll be telling you about it right after these 5 steps. Number 3, if you want to do business offline, let's say you're not a big online person, you can network offline as well as online. So how about pretty much every major city or town has a chamber of commerce, okay? And this is one of Raluca's favorites. She told me, she says, make sure you tell them how you crash the chamber of commerce meetings. Okay, what do I mean by crash? Well, every month, usually the Chamber of Commerce will have a Chamber of Commerce after hours meeting, which is something like, they might have a dinner, or everybody gets together. And what happens when they have one of these Chamber of Commerce after hours, it's a dinner or a snack or a buffet or something. But when they first get there, everybody schmoozes for about maybe half an hour or so. Then they have the meal, or they have the get together where people make the announcements, what's going on, the leader of the chamber. And then afterwards, sometimes they break for drinks, or they just break, and you have the rest of the time to get out there and network. And that's what you need to do. You need to network, come up to people and say, hi, I do hypnosis. What do you do? Or even better yet, ask people what they do first. Hi, I saw you over there. You look interesting. What do you do for work? Or I overheard you do this. Tell me all about it. And guess what? When you ask somebody about themselves, they're going to ask you about you. So rather than being pushy and saying, I'm this, I'm that, let them come to you. Ask them all about. Sometimes I've even said, hey, great meeting you. Hope I see you in the future, and start to walk away. And they go, whoa, what do you do? Oh, and then you give them what I call an elevator speech, okay, which is like a 30-second speech on what you do, something that's very eye-lifting, something that's going to make them think, I want to ask them some questions, okay? And if you do it right, you can just say a few sentences, leave them wanting, and as you go to walk away, they're going to keep on pulling you back and asking questions. Whenever I went to these chamber meetings, even if it was the first time I ever went, which it usually was because I never joined one, I just went for free, people always knew who I was when I left. I'd see people pointing at me, the hypnotist, because I had a really unique way of introducing myself and getting them to remember me. Okay, and we'll talk about that at the end of this also, because the thing I'm going to tell you about at the end of all 5 is a place where you can learn how to be very effective and memorable when you do these get-togethers. So there's Chamber of Commerce after hours. There's a lot of other places where you can meet with people, such as the Elks, the Legion, different clubs, different business meetings. Breakfast clubs was one of my favorites. BNI, Business Network International. It's a place where a lot of business people get together and have breakfast. And same thing, they schmooze a little bit. They sit down at the table for breakfast, and everyone goes around around from person to person around the table, and they all have probably 2, 3, 5 minutes where they can introduce themselves and tell a little bit about what they do. Then they have breakfast and schmooze, and afterwards you can talk to people. Bring a lot of cards, okay? So networking offline is a great way of doing it. And you can even network online with your different social medias, Facebook and Twitter and all those as well. Number 4, okay, is press releases. A lot of people don't think of press releases, and it's a shame because press releases are free. Did you hear that? Press releases are free. Now, a press release is not a paid ad. It's something that you send to the newspaper and you put on your envelope, immediate press release. And if they have room in the paper that day, or whether it's a weekly or a monthly paper, if they have room left over in the paper because they did all their news, there's like a big piece of paper left, That's where they look around for press releases, and they fill in the paper with that. So be persistent. What I used to do is I come up with a press release. Anything new or interesting your business is doing is worthy of a press release. Now, it's not a sales advertisement. It's a press release. It's information, a new office just moved in town. You opened up an office, let people know. You expand your office. Here we grow again, and talk a little bit about it as a news piece, information, something the public would be interested in. Did you know that you can quit smoking with hypnosis? And do a quick article that's very interesting, but not real salesy, just interesting, and with your contact information at the bottom. If people are interested, they're going to get a hold of you. And so you send these in as a press release, anything new. If I hired somebody, if I expanded, if I'm going on a retreat somewhere, I'm going to be teaching somewhere, I'll send a press release. And there was like about 12 newspapers within a 50-mile radius of me. And that's where my customers would come from. This is not online, in-person type thing when they come to my office. So I would send out every single time. I would send it out to all 12 places. And if I didn't see anything in the paper, I'd send it again. And I send it again. The thing is to be relentless. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. How often do you do it? Until you're in there, okay? Eventually, they'll get tired of seeing your press release, and they're going to put you in there. Now, they're probably not going to do it every month. I used to get from one newspaper maybe 2-3 times tops a year, okay? And if you call them and say, how come you only do it twice a year? They say, hey, we got to give everybody some equal time. Now, the beauty of a press release is here you are asking for a free press release. A lot of times people will read your press release, and if it's interesting enough, they will call you. I've had this happen a lot of times where the newspaper calls me and says, instead of a press release, can we run a feature article on you? And that is awesome. Feature article is usually a half page or many times a full page, maybe in the front of the front page of the business section or the family section. I've had them on both, depending on what you do and who would be interested the most. And what they do is they come over with their photographers. They're going to take pictures of you. They're going to interview you. In my case, they interviewed employees. They interviewed some customers at one point. And they take interesting pictures and they put them on there. Now, you don't pay for this. This is free. When's the last time you had a full page spread in the newspaper? You probably haven't because you couldn't afford that. I've had it many, many times. For hypnosis, for metaphysics, for a lot of different things. So again, keep those press releases going out, and eventually they might come see you for a feature article. And now today with the internet, I mean, if you want to do stuff like this online, because there's a lot of online venues that you can use, send press releases to places like this all over the place. Okay, you could send press releases to newspapers even that are beyond 60 miles, 100 miles, 200 miles, even if they're 500 miles away. At the bottom of the article says, contact me at, and you put your email address, and you can be doing online sessions. So the beauty of online sessions where they're not coming to an office, you can expand and do these press releases anywhere in the country. Now that really kind of broadens your mind. Think of the possibilities there. And number 5, let me recap. 1 was write a book. 2 was create YouTube videos. Number 3 was networking offline. Number 4 was press releases. Number 5, probably the most important of all of these, is to know your stuff. Be knowledgeable. Okay, you're telling people you're the authority in the field. Make sure you are the authority in the field. If somebody comes up to you and says, hey, how does hypnosis work? And you're like, hypnosis is cool. I really like it. It works most of the time. Okay, you just lost your business. You need to be able to come right up and say, hypnosis is being open to suggestion. You're hypnotized probably 15, 20 times or more each day unknowingly. And you can get right into, people are going to be like, wow, he knows his stuff. And that's the whole idea. By writing a book, by putting YouTube videos, you do know your stuff, or you should. And that's why you're doing this. So how do you know your stuff? By studying, number 1. Study. So to me, you're constantly a student, okay? Study. Practice. That's why they call it a hypnosis practice, right? You got to keep on practicing. Get a mentor if you need one. Okay. So number 3, get a mentor. They're all over the place online. Someone that knows about what you're doing more than you, that can help you. Courses over here at the American School of Hypnosis, we've got tons of online courses. So what do you want to get into? Of course, we have the hypnosis certification course to get out there to help you to do business. It covers pretty much everything. So you're experienced, you know how to do it. You have the knowledge and the experience of doing anything from clinical to general to metaphysics. Okay. But what if you want to specialize in metaphysics? Okay. Get a course. That's why we have about 30 courses on our store, because we have something for everything that you might want to specialize in. We have courses for metaphysics. We have courses for smoking cessation, for pain release, for stress, for healing, for Ericksonian hypnosis, doing hypnosis through stories, through metaphors. Gosh, we've got them for all kinds of things. So know your stuff. Look at getting courses, and by the way, the link is below this video to their online store, so you can see that. And get knowledgeable. You have to always be studying. For Reluka and I to get to the point where we are now, we're constantly studying. We're constantly researching online. We're constantly creating courses. If you realize, over the last month, we've probably created 3 or 4 courses a month. How do you do that? Do I know all that stuff just organically? Well, I decide I'm going to build a course on this, and I study, and I research, and I read books, and until I get to the point where I know so much that I can make a course, and it's very knowledgeable. And if you do start doing that, creating courses, always deliver more than what you say. Okay, so you have the price of the course, and what you deliver looks like it's even worth a lot more than the price. So over deliver if you want to be successful, never under deliver. That's why a lot of times in all my courses, you're going to see bonuses and this and that. The one we just did over the weekend, psychic development. We started selling it. I did a pre-sale as we were finishing it off. We said there was only 15 videos. And guess what? By the time I got it done, we had 21 videos, but we still sold it for the same price. We had 21 videos. We added in a few live sessions on different kinds of travel, so you could experience it as well as know how to teach it. Books, manuals, all kinds of stuff. So see, that's what I mean by over delivering. You don't have to charge extra for it. It's being sold online. Okay, so it's not costing you extra to send extra things. So those are the things we have right there. Write a book, create a YouTube video, network offline and online. Press release, just pepper all the different places with press releases. Let them know about you. Like Reluka's always telling me, if you don't tell people about you, no one else will. Okay, so be the squeaky wheel. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. And number 5, know your stuff. Now, where it comes to knowing your stuff, remember I said, and also expanding and different ideas. If you want to have a lot more ideas on how to grow your business, how to get clients, how to expand your business, and even expand it smart through passive income, working smarter rather than harder, okay? We do have a professional membership program. It only costs $20 a month, and the link is right below this video. And that is all about expanding business. Our school teaches you how to do hypnosis, and the association, this program I'm telling you about now, teaches you how to grow, expand, and move ahead. Because let's face it, when you graduate, you know how to do hypnosis for most things, but it's great to specialize in a lot of different things. So now, people come see, oh, gee, he also does past life. He can also do parallel lives. He can also do healing. Okay, so you can specialize in those. And the more you take, even though you're not doing them with everybody, you have the knowledge. That's what brings you to the top of the heap. So take a look down here below. We have our online store that has over 30 courses. And we also have live hypnosis training. Actually, you can learn hypnosis several ways. We have our monthly program, so you can pay just a little bit of $50 a month. I mean, it's pretty much a guaranteed program. We have the best hypnosis course out there, and we prove it by doing it this way. You can download our 446 manual page manual for free, and that's right in the link below. Or you can start out with our monthly course for only $50 a month. That way, if you like it, you continue going. If you don't, you stop. Or you can purchase the whole home study course all at once. Or, matter of fact, we have this coming up very shortly, our live 6-day online training. It's done just like this on Zoom. I see you, you see me. The great thing is you get to practice on each other in private rooms. So you're not only confident, but you're competent in doing hypnosis. You feel confident when you go out there and get your first client and make that above average income. And all those links are right below this video. And I want to thank you all for joining us. I wish you the very best of success by using these ideas and a lot more that we have in our professional business association with the link below there. So I wish you the best of success, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.